Hello, and welcome to the Worm Show on Thorn Jules TV. I'm your host, Thorn Jules. I'd like to welcome a special guest on the show this time around. We have one of our friendly strangers over here. I kind of thought that I would put her on camera to show the work that I did over the last few weeks and months, training up at least that plant. There's a few others on the balcony. I'm not going to show them all. Anyhow, here we are for the main event. It's been just over a week since I put this second box on top. And yeah, I'd say that things have been kind of interesting in the last week or so. I transplanted some, I fed this area here, and then I transplanted some of the wormies, and I'm pleased to say that they seem to be happy. I think so. Let me move this over. Let me see, can I make it show in the shot? Maybe. Anyhow, yeah, I think that these critters are happy. And what I'm really keen to do today, I need to feed this section over here, and what I'd like to do is sort of get a sense of what's going on underneath, so that like in this box here now, so that there I can get a sense that there's going to be some free flow of movement for the worms like this pile of worms under here, so that they should be able to move up into this area here. So there's probably still quite a bit of food in here, and enough bedding for them to like be comfortable and still eating and pooping. And then in here, I'm hoping that, that I'll start to see more worms kind of show up from the bottom as they get ready to do so. So I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just remove this whole thing. Usually I kind of like do it by halves, but I'm just gonna go and do it by wholes today. I'm making a mess as I do it. But yeah, this is where we're at. This cloth here, it's cotton, and it was in the worm container that I got when I got this from a woman at the meditation center on Somerset Street, Candro. I have yet to actually return and say my thanks and sort of chat about it. It's been a hectic summer, let's just say that. Okay, so I'd say that looks pretty good. This particular area here, I had put tea, like dried tea leaves, and this is, you can see the results of like my chopping up of the tea bags, because I read that they get happy, the wormies get all happy about tea leaves, and like, what am I thinking here? Espresso and coffee grounds, that kind of stuff. I suspect, and I think from some of my limited observations, that they kind of like, they must get a buzz out of it, because they always seem to be excited to slide through all that leftover well, mostly it's tea, because I drink tea more than coffee. Anyhow, so I'm happy to see that there's already like a bit of action going on in here. I'm gonna feed this corner today, and I'm gonna like dig down into the to the very bottom of the box where there's a screen. So I want to make sure that I'm feeding, like the screen is permeable. There is a lining of paper that I put down underneath, newsprint, but I want to make sure that that's really easily permeable for all the wormies under here in the bottom there, so that they can move on up. I don't know if you can hear my neighbor's tunes up there. There's always something going on. Oops. Okay. Try not to make a mess as I do this. But yeah, I just want to kind of see if I can Aha! Okay, so there we go. There is the bottom. And I want to make sure that this bottom is like super permeable. I'm even gonna... Well, I don't... Yeah. Oh, I see. And there's a bit of a distance there. So, I mean, maybe part of the issue is that the worms may struggle to get up that... I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So I'm gonna move this over a little bit to make sure that there's... Yeah. So I don't know if you can make that out, but you can see that underneath there, it's the castings in the bottom there. So, okay, so what I want to do... Oh. Sorry about that. Okay, I want to make sure that that is all the way at the bottom there. So that will function... I closed it up already, but that will function as a bribe for the ones underneath to move on up. Sorry for the motion sickness. Moving this thing. At least this time around I did remember to put myself on a tripod, put the camera, I should say, on a tripod. I like to kind of do this flick. I like to do this kind of flick effect. But then, yeah, I do stupid things like make a mess. Anyhow. Lately, I've been filming all of these. Oh, that's one of my old Q-tips. That's nice. I've been filming all of these, and I haven't uploaded them yet. I haven't even started the channel yet, and I mean, I've been filming these for weeks. And I'm a little bit not sure exactly how it's going to play out. What the reaction's going to be like. Like, why should channel by a burlesque and belly dance practitioner feature worm composting? I don't know. I don't have the answer for that question. I must admit I do find it a little bit perturbing. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't started this channel yet. Maybe it's just because I have just all kinds of things to choose from for things to be stressed about, perturbed about. And de-stressed, as in D-I-S. Anyhow, okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's pretty well. I mean, I think that's an empty bowl, right? Oh, I can hear Billy barking downstairs. Gotta go take him for a walk. That'd be nice. Okay. All right, so that should just about do it in terms of the feeding time. I'm gonna okay, so feed and water. I want to make sure that there's lots and lots of moisture in here. I don't want to make it too wet, obviously, but like I suspect that all this material has quite a bit of capacity to absorb moisture, so I want to put a fair bit of it in there, and then I'm going to put this down as well. You can see there's lots and lots and lots of eggs on it. At this stage, I don't believe that. Initially, I think, you look back in the videos, that I thought those eggs were all that they were worm eggs, and it's like, nah. That's not. I don't think they're worm eggs anymore. They're like they're eggs for something else. These little creatures that run around in here, but I don't think they're worms. So if anybody knows, please meet me in the comments. Okay, so we'll put the plastic blanket back on. I ended up popping the sides, so the bubbles on the sides, so that it would sit better, which it does. Alright, so I'm going to close this up. And now we will... Oh, okay, so I don't exactly know how to do this. I'm sure... Let's see. I need to look at this. This is going to make a mess. It's going to make a little mess. Okay, I'm just going to put it to the side. Okay. Woo! Look at that. There's a lot going on in here. You can see that there's the food that is a build-up here. Wow. And then if I flip this up, there's a lot of moisture at the bottom here. So, yeah, that looks kind of gross, to be honest. Yes, it does. Doesn't smell, or at least, well, maybe it's because my nose is stuffed and I'm not that close to it. Well. This is interesting. So I don't see any sign on the top, but boy, when I dig a little bit, this whole thing is there's worms in here for sure. For sure, there's plenty. Yeah. There's definitely. I think there must be a lot going on in here. And yes, they still have a fair bit of food. So I really need to figure out what my next dealio is. Yeah, this looks great though. It looks like it's almost there. Although when I dig down, there's still. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna move this all over a little bit onto this corner here. I'm gonna make sure that. I'm gonna put this up a little higher. Woo! Hello! Wow. Okay. I feel like okay. Now I'm disturbing them, but yeah, yeah. Okay. You know, I suspect that the microphone won't be able to pick it up, but I can actually hear them. Wild. I can hear them. I think this is the first time I've ever heard worms. Like actually heard them slithering around. That's amazing. Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm very excited about that. I think this may be a decent technique here. I hope so. I'm gonna move things around a little bit and just sort of tidy up a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully, I haven't disturbed them too much because I do worry about disturbing them, obviously. Well. Okay, so this spot here, when I rest the top on, should be able to then make better contact with the bottom. Like, what I'm trying to establish is basically a corridor between the two boxes. And then I think what I'm going to do, in this case, given what I've seen under there, in the second part, I don't need to add any moisture, because it's like, wow. Like, I mean, it's like it seems like it's just over ideal. Like, maybe pretty much ideal situation down there. They were really happy until I opened this thing up and moved them around. So I've added, I would hope, is a bridge between the two boxes. And I hope that in this section here, as I fed it, that the worms will be able to come up and when they're ready, chompa on all the food that's on that side. And then I think the next time around, when it comes to feeding time at this little worm zoo, I will feed this area here, but I think I'm going to give it 2 weeks. I don't think I'm going to feed them next week, I think. Maybe I'll open the box and we'll have a look, and I'll film it, and maybe I'll spritz it, but I don't think I will... I don't think I'll feed, because I want them to be hungry. I think I need them to be a bit more hungry. Like, I've just fed them a fair bit here, and I think there was still a bit of food here. So then if I don't feed them for the next 2 weeks, if I don't feed them next week and then I'll feed them again in 2 weeks, I think maybe that will make sense. Anyhow, I hope I am making sense. I'm not just rambling. I do love this project. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if it's going to fit on the channel for belly dancing persona. We shall see. Anyhow, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for joining us. For myself and the worms, peace. So I thought I would shoot a little clip specifically about this plant. I had shot the worm video and had a wrap up of that and kind of moved on with my day. And as I was doing work on my balcony and watering these plants, I thought, oh, I didn't shoot anything about this plant. And I figured I would do that now because it is one of my favorites. As you can see, I've been able to train it into this shape. This is actually the top of the plant. When I got it from a friend of mine who shall remain nameless, but who has a farm outside of the city and who grows a whole bunch of weed on his property, and so he has been bringing me his excess plants, and I've been very, very grateful to him. So thank you very much, L. That's all I'll say, Monsieur L. Anyway, so yeah, I got this plant, and when I got it, it had already become bifurcated here. So at some point there had been some kind of trauma, so this had split already, and it was kind of, it just sort of seemed natural to me that, you know, this was coming up. So I had this cane, which I got from a certain orchid that I rescued from the Bloody Independent at one point on 50% off. So I kept the cane, and the orchid is doing very well, thank you very much. And so as you can see here, I basically attached the plant in a key couple of spots, and right away, like the first time I got it, the first day I got it, I started training it like this. So quite gently at first, and then a little bit more tightly. I'm sure I could probably release this now, and it probably would keep its shape. Although I'm not going to do that. I'm going to basically leave it like this until it's ready to be harvested. Yeah, so that's that. I don't have a name for this plant. In previous times when I've grown, I have done silly things like name plants. This time around I have not. But there she is, one of my faves. There are others that I have on here, and for now I will not show them because doing so would also show the scene off of my balcony, which would let folks know where I live. I'm not gonna do that for now, at least. I don't want people showing up my door. Anyhow, enough of that. I'm talking nonsense, and I've been told by this camera that I only have 10% battery remaining. I've been shooting video, and I haven't had anything to do with it yet. So yeah, I'm not sure when this is gonna land in theaters, but when it's uploaded to YouTube, please, if you've watched this and you've come to all the way to the end of this video, I'm grateful to you. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. And I'm happy to answer any questions with my limited knowledge of how to do this, and share that limited knowledge with you. Righto, and we'll be back again for another episode of The Worm Show on Thorn Jewels TV. Peace.